Okay, so let me give you this word. This is like so super duper duper funny. Okay, so so I had me a little temper tantrum today, and I might need two videos with this. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I had a little temper tantrum today with God, and you know how I have to laugh at this. So you know how they say, just have faith, just trust God. No matter what you do, go trust God. You know, just trust God. Just do it. So today, uh, okay. So let me get in my little feelings. So today I went looking for me a new van, a new ice cream truck, right? And so my faith is so super duper big, and I'm like, okay, God, this is the van I want. This is what I want. So I went yesterday and I just looked around. I found what I want. So I went back today. And so, people say, just trust God. And I trust God in everything. And I'm like, okay, Lord. I'm like, I really haven't bought me a new vehicle since 2017. And so if I'm going to buy a new vehicle, I need to buy one for my business, because I don't really need a personal vehicle right now. Thank God I don't. And so let me tell you, so I went up there to look for my truck. And so I sat down, with the guy. We were just talking, just talking and everything. And so I gave him all my information. So I'm just sitting there and I'm playing on my phone, me and my grandbaby. And so, we just wait for him to come back. So me and him just talk. He said, well, it's going to take a second. And so then we just sitting and talk. So then he left. I still would just play it on my phone. And I was like, well, okay, God, you're going to have to do it, because I don't just do it. So anyway, the man came back. And so I'm expecting, like, okay, so how much my note is going to be in this and that. And anyway, so he sat down and he said, I did all that I can do. He said, but your credit score is not where it needs to be. And I said, okay. He says, but we can get you in a vehicle if you pay $10,000 down. And I looked, I said, nah, I'm good. And so he sat across the desk, just like somebody, like, like, I want to comfort you. He sat across there. He was like, just take it. It might just be a sign. And I'm just looking. I said, sir, I promise you, I'm okay. I said, I'm not bothered at all. And I was good, because at least I get to see what my credit score actually is and what I need to do. Because right now, like, only thing I just finally got a credit card like 2 months ago, and I finally got like another revolving credit, so kind of like just building my credit. And so anyway, so as I was walking out, there was three black guys in there. And so as I was walking out, it's like they was like looking at me. And so I was walking, and then one of the guys, he actually walked right around the desk, and he just stood there just watching me walk out. And so I kind of like was in my feeling a little bit, because I'm like, it felt like the walk of shame. It literally felt like the walk of shame before three of my black brothers, 3 black men. And so my grandbaby was with me, and my grandbaby was like, she wanted to ride the golf cart. And the man was so nice, which it was a white guy. And he said, you want to ride it? And he took her riding on the little golf cart around the parking lot. And so when we came back, so we got in the car. And so, like I said, I'm good. So I went to go get my eyebrows arched, right? And so while the lady was arching my eyebrows, I don't know, for some reason, I just got really full. And she was arching my eyebrows, and I don't know, the tears just started coming. And she said, oh, I'm so sorry. I said, oh, no, it's not anything that you did. And the tears had started coming, like, and as I was walking out, I was thinking, like, so God, when they say, God, God, your faith, can move God. And I'm like, God, I had faith, God. I'm trying to do all I can to live right and do all these things. And I know, God, right now, my natural could not get to me what I needed. So I needed God's supernatural, blessings to, give me that boost what I needed. Like, I ain't got no $10,000. And so I don't know, just like, but I had faith, right? Right? And I'm always talking to people about faith and about faith. And I said, I ain't going to church. I'm not doing no more messages, posting no more messages. I'm not doing anything anymore. Because God, like, I had faith for this, and this didn't happen. I'm through. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I'm not going to talk to people about faith again, where my faith just failed me. And I said, I'm not going to talk about it right now. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to encourage people to keep the faith and just trust God. I'm not going to do it. And so I was in my little funky feelings. And so that's how I was feeling, inside. And I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing it anymore. And so just then, my friend girl, she called me and she said, Mary, she told me about an incident that just happened. An incident that she told me that happened. It's like I just got angry. I got mad. I had all type of emotions. Like, I'm already dealing with this. But then just to see, like, humanity ain't worth a crap. People can do whatever they want to do to you. And I was like, I don't know nothing about faith. I said, faith is failing me. Humanity is failing me. I was like, the death with my nephew. We still don't know who killed my nephew. And I said, and I was just telling her and I was expressing to her. And I said, I don't want to say the wrong word. I said, but where's God? Where's God? Where's God with Nolan Wales? Where's God with all this injustice? Where's God when these white peoples and these cops are still killing our black people? Slavery. God, where are you? I had all kind of emotion. And so, and I was like, I said, and then I don't trust God. I said, I trust God. I said, but I believe that's just it. We just have to trust God, just have to wait to die and hope to go to heaven. And I said, that's it. Anything else, it justice being served and vengeance. I said, I don't know. I said, I know this what the words say. I know what people say. God gonna repay him. God gonna this and God gonna that. But nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. So I had all these different emotions. I had a lot of them. And I was just telling her, I said, I don't know. I said, I'm not angry with God. I said, I still love Yahweh. I love God. I believe in Jesus. I believe in the word. I said, but I don't see nothing happening. I said, this is just happening. I said, my faith is shot. Humanity is shot. I said, they're killing our black people left and right, and they're getting away with it. And then I thought about the famous music producer who got away with, stuff that he did to people that was in the industry, and now he dead and gone. And I'm like, he didn't even get his justice. He didn't even get what he deserved on this side. And all of a sudden he's gone and this and that. And I'm like, okay, God. Like, and she was like, Mary, I understand what you're saying. Because I was so hurt. I was so full. And so I said, I want to go to church. I said, I want to go and encourage people anymore. I wasn't going to talk to people about faith again. Believing and trusting God going to repay your enemy. I wasn't going to say none of that. I was just going to, when I read the word, just get what the word say. That's going to be it. Then I wouldn't even do the word. Then I was going to wait some months before I come back on Facebook, on TikTok. And I would just had all type of the emotions, right? Why I found myself going to church tonight. Why I found myself getting the word. Why I found myself being encouraged all over again. So when you think